woman, Ronnie Dean Burren, had posted, I guess, on Facebook that she was shocked to find that her son had come home with a geography textbook. I'm not sure what grade he's in, but I think he was it ninth grade? It sounds like it's middle school. And he comes home with a textbook from McGraw-Hill. Now, remember, this is Texas. And so there's a bunch of lunatics who preside over the creation of textbooks. And the problem with it happening in Texas is that because Texas is so large, that it essentially defines the model for textbooks across the country, or at least in large regions of the country, because there's such a big market. And her son comes home, and she's shocked as to what, and the son apparently was also shocked as to how this textbook treats the issues of immigration and the issue of, well, they don't use the word slavery, the immigration, in quotations, of Africans to this country. Here is what she posted on Facebook, or at least an excerpt of it.
He has a copy of the book at home. We are in Texas, and so this is a part of the Texas textbook adoption. So I'm going to show you the book, and then there's just an interesting section where they sort of place the map. I think it's interesting. So the book is, I'm going to turn the camera around. The book is this book by McGraw-Hill. This is World Geography. See, that's the publisher's McGraw-Hill. Then on the inside of the book, which is a little scary to me, you have all of these people who are seemingly wise people. All of them have that little PhD behind their name. And these are the academic consultants for this book. And then here are the reviewers and consultants. I'll leave that on there for a little while in case y'all want to find these people. Got plenty of Texas people who approve this book. Yeah. And then there's the Texas Advisory Board as well. So again, these are all people, all professionals who said yes to this book. So the section that we find that map in is, let's see, it's on page 126, is under this section called Patterns of Immigration. Patterns of Immigration. You see, it says one of the defining attributes of the United States is that it is largely a country of immigrants and their descendants. About 13% of the people in the United States are foreign-born, while Native Americans, Alaska Natives, and Native Hawaiians make up 2% of the population. The remaining population is descended from immigrants. Immigrants. Yeah, that word matters. Immigrants. The Atlantic slave trade between the 1500s and the 1800s brought millions of workers from Africa to the southern United States to work on agricultural plantations. So it is now considered immigration. And these are some other sections that sort of talk about the pattern of immigration. This section here in particular talks about English and European peoples, many of whom came as indentured servants to work for little or no pay. So they say that about English and European people, but there is no mention of Africans working as slaves or being slaves. It just says we were workers. So that's for you all who asked about this book. Again, it is World Geography by McGraw-Hill.
So there you have it. There were workers. And it's as if people in Africa just said, like, yeah, we should emigrate. We'll have a wonderful, there's so much work. There's so much work available in the United States.
We should go build a whole other country for free.
Pay, on the other hand, pay, not so much. But work, a lot of work available. That's pretty impressive. You know, I think it's okay for me to say this. I am reading an advanced copy of Eddie Glaude's book. I think it's coming out in January, where he talks about, his great stuff about how MLK's message has been sort of misappropriated. From Reagan doing it to Bill Clinton doing it, but also this idea of misremembering. And this is a pretty good example. It's a pretty good example of misremembering. Hey, look, they were workers. I mean, arguably, they probably weren't totally on board with the project. But we did give them an opportunity to come to this country for free. For free. A lot of Europeans had to pay to come to this country. Africans were allowed to come to this country for free. They didn't have to worry about paperwork or anything like that. We handled it for them. We did all the administrative stuff, gave them the opportunity to work. Everyone knows that work is what brings you dignity. It's like actually offering them an internship, except I got news for you folks. When we had an intern here in this office, we did not feed him. We did not give him a place to stay. When Noah came here, he just showed up and worked. We did not do all the things that people did for those African workers who came here to work. Unbelievable. So good for her. It appears that they are going to fix the textbooks. I don't know what that means. They're going to send out a sticker. You're supposed to put this sticker on page 14.
They just add in parentheses, workers, psych, immigrants, not.
Arguably slaves.
Some would say forced.
Right. Yeah.
What's the matter with people?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm ready for Ben Carson to defend these new textbooks in 3,
Wait a second.
2.